Team unity, the Boston Celtics defined early in this 2019-2020 season. Mike Petraglia along with Jimmy Toscano and Josue Pavone.
Welcome back, boys.
What up, fellas?
It's good to be back
guys.
here on the
It is good to be back.
parquet.
It looks a little different.
You got Jimmy Toscano in the building.
You know,
We're
it's
back.
Different than I remember, but I like it.
Feels like old times.
It feels like a party, too, after a 104-102 Jason Tatum first ever game-winning jumper.
Absolutely.
Near the buzzer, anyway, with just about
we'll
a
call it
second
buzzer.
left.
We'll call it.
But the biggest takeaway, I thought, from this game here on Friday night against the rebuilding New York Knicks was the fact that this Celtics team seemed united at the end in the clutch. Last year, it was very apparent that they seemed at a loss at the end of games many, many times. And they all turned to Kyrie. That's not going to be the case this year. We saw it with Kemba Walker. We are obviously seeing it with Jason Tatum, his first ever game-winning shot. What did you think of the way the Celtics handled themselves after the Marcus Morris game-tying three?
Yeah, I'll take it. I think like when you compare it to last year, it's completely different. I think last year it was like, all right, Kyrie, do your thing. Let's see what you got. And
Close
then,
this
like,
out.
and then when he missed it, they were like, see, you don't want to play team ball or whatever. You know what I mean? Something like along those lines. But this year, it feels like the roles are like already almost defined, and they're cool with sharing the ball. They're cool with, hey, you got the open shot, you take it. You know, you got the open shot, you take it. Here, let me pass it to you. Like, it just feels like they're a team already. And I thought the last play of the game was a perfect example of that because the ball went into Tatum because he was the one that they thought had the best matchup on, and he drained the shot, and Kemba's celebrating like a wild guy. I mean, like, that's a team right there.
Yeah, you know, someone like Kemba Walker, too, he's always sharing the ball. He's looking for the open guy. He's not afraid to give up an open three-pointer just to get another person involved. I think that's so important for this team, especially a team like this where they're sort of being overlooked as opposed to the Milwaukee Bucks or the Philadelphia 76ers. And it's funny, I got a chance to talk to Shemi Ojale after the game, and Shemi was like, we have a chip on our shoulder because of that. You know, we want to prove to everyone that this isn't a fluke. And, of course, he was realistic because he was, of course, a part of that team last season. So he talked about, hey, you know, there's going to be times when we lose 2 in a row or 3 in a row. I'm ready for that. I know what happened last year. We're prepared for that, but we cannot wait to bring these younger guys under our wing and see how this whole thing unfolds because the tightness and how close this team really is, it's genuine. It's authentic, and that's what he was telling me.
And the most important words, guys, I thought came from Kemba Walker after the game when he said, quote, "We don't have to like each other, but we want to like each other," meaning everybody does want to be on the same page. And look, it's been beaten to death, the whole Kyrie angle and how this team has moved on from Kyrie. But for Kemba Walker to say that after this game, a unifying game, kind of tells you where the Celtics mindset is at in that locker room.
Yeah, and another thing Kemba said, you were there for it, was he talked about how important it was for these guys to get to know each other in the offseason on Team USA. You know, things didn't go the way they wanted it to go, but Kemba got to, play with Tatum, play with Smart, play with Brown.
Like the one good thing that came out of that.
Yeah, and honestly, like if it means that the Celtics go further in the regular season, then I'm sure they'll take that over Team USA. And no knock on Team USA, but they're NBA players. They want to win the championship on the Celtics. So I think that was huge for them. Brad Stevens actually alluded to that in his post-game press conference. He wasn't even asked about it. He brought it up. He said those guys playing together allowed them to come into the season ready to play, ready to go, in shape, and ready to play with each other.
This Garden Report has been brought to you by our terrific exclusive online sportsbook partners, betonline.ag. Go to betonline.ag and use that promo code CLNS50 for your 50% welcome bonus. Final again, the Celtics 104 and the Knicks 102. Inside TD Garden for Josue Pavone and Jimmy Toscano, Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.